49ers faithful, the tide in Santa Clara is boiling today. There's a quiet shuffle in the wide receiver market, a last-chance fight in the final preseason tune-up, a cap calculation that could reshape January, and the injury cloud trying to hijack our start. Who stays, who goes, who grabs the wheel when the pressure spikes? There might be a new piece that fits this offense and a front office decision that hits the wallet and the locker room. You won't believe what's on deck today, so grab a seat, smash that like button, and let's jump straight into it. While the front office keeps the phone warm, one specific rumor lit up the debate in Santa Clara. The offense wants speed, the cap demands creativity, and the locker room wants coherence. Some fans swear you protect chemistry for January. Others say this is the perfect window to retool the WR room without losing juice. The spicy detail: the move would involve a fan favorite, a burner with untapped upside, and a draft pick that looks small now but turns into gold in April. It's a dilemma about identity, third down security versus a constant vertical threat. Who do you pull off the board to ignite defenses without breaking the offense's spine? Deep breath, here comes the bomb. A national analysis floated Jennings heading to the Raiders for Trey Tucker and a fourth-round pick. On paper, Las Vegas gets a plug-and-play playmaker. San Francisco gets youth, a cheap contract, and ammo for 2026. But this isn't just a spreadsheet game. Jennings is the soul of short yardage possessions, blocks like a tight end, converts third downs through contact, and works from the slot on 51% of his routes. Brock Purdy trusts him in the red zone and on hot reads when the heat is on. Pull that valve and you change how this team closes tight games, and you shake a quiet leadership pillar in the room. Tucker, meanwhile, is 24 with 2 more years of team control on a rookie deal and 870 receiving yards in his first 2 seasons, more than Jennings his 698 over his first 2. In 2024, Tucker posted 539 yards, better than any single season Jennings had before 2024. He's a vertical threat who primarily aligns outside and hit the slot on 28% of his routes. His speed pushes safeties back, stretches the field, and opens lanes for Brandon Ayuk and Ricky Pearsall to own the intermediates. In theory, that fits Brock Purdy's timeline. Keep the cap lean as the core gets pricey without sacrificing explosion. The question is price and fit. Replacing Jennings isn't just reallocating targets. It's transferring leadership, blocking physicality, and third down trust to a different body type. That's why the fair ask might be Tucker plus a third rounder, not a fourth. The fan base is split. Some thrill at the thought of adding top-end speed. Others fear losing the bulldog who sustains long drives. One strategy: force Vegas to sweeten the pot with performance escalators, or pivot to another speedster on the market while holding Jennings until the price reflects his real impact. And there's the Ayuk Pearsall Tucker chessboard. If Tucker arrives, who owns the slot in 11 personnel? Pearsall's route running can float inside. Ayuk is a mismatch anywhere. Tucker stretches vertically and can be a premium decoy that frees McCaffrey and Kittle. That multiplicity can scramble coverages, but it demands timing from day one. Shanahan loves versatility, but he won't trade stability for shiny fireworks. If the pick rises to a third, the conversation gets hot. If it stays at a fourth, the rumor clock keeps ticking. And that wasn't even the most surprising part of the day. When the trade smoke was still hanging in the air, reality checked back in. Final cuts are coming, and the rope is short for a few players wearing red and gold. We're not talking established stars, we're talking men fighting for that last seat, the right to keep breathing NFL air. In this cruel test, one extra catch, a game-saving pass breakup, or a key block can flip a career. The preseason is life or cut, and the finale against the Chargers just became the arena where futures get decided. Isaiah Hodgins, a Bay Area native, carries not only the weight of earning a role, but of keeping the dream alive at home. Against the Raiders, he had 2 catches for 21 yards. Thin for someone who needs to force the issue now. Robbie Chosen popped, and that put Hodgins in a tight corner. Only an explosive showing, something that makes Shanahan's eyes light up, can pull him back from the edge. The fan base is split again. Some plead for patience with his tools. Others demand the immediate efficiency this roster needs. At tight end, the drama's just as tense. Braden Willis looks set for a fair fight, but Ross Dwelly's exit narrowed the lane. Now it's Willis versus Jake Tonges, who outplayed him in the opener and held serve in the second. If Shanahan carries only 3 TEs, Willis has to show not just hands but blocking versatility and processing. If not, the cut might be inevitable. The quiet loss of a project that never quite bloomed. The secondary is buzzing too. Darrell Luter Jr., a former third-rounder, is watching his window shrink thanks to rookie Upton Stout's rise and steady work from Chase Lucas and Dallas Flowers. The math doesn't help. 3 risers at once means Luter needs a miracle. An interception, a pick 6. A run of pass breakups that makes the staff stop and think. Otherwise, his San Francisco chapter might end before it truly begins. These names don't grab headlines like Purdy or Ayuk, but they symbolize how unforgiving the NFL is. The 90-53 squeeze shows no mercy, and the margin for error is microscopic. In the next game, it's not just about beating the Chargers, it's about beating the clock, fatigue, and the numbers. 3 careers are flat out on the knife's edge, and that still isn't the wildest twist of the day. If roster cuts tug at the heart, imagine what happens when the topic is a blockbuster involving big-time names. That's exactly what rattled the 49ers faithful this year. The front office moved on from 2 beloved pieces, Deebo Samuel and Jordan Mason, to open cap space and reshape the foundation for the future. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But in John Lynch's calculus, every dollar saved now could keep stars in their prime here 2 seasons from today. In this chess match, sacrificing icons became necessity, not choice. The headline package sent Deebo and a 6th-rounder to Washington for running back Brian Robinson and a 5th. The second move shipped Mason to Minnesota for another 5th, later used on Marquez Sigel, who could push for a starting job. The immediate result: roughly $20 million cleared from the cap. That cash matters when Purdy, Bosa, Kittle, Ayuk, and McCaffrey leave you no slack. And with effective cap space tumbling from nearly $47 million in 2025 to a microscopic $737,000 in 2027, this feels like survival. Of course, Deebo's exit stings. Fans remember the explosive runs, the improbable grabs, the wide-back identity that bent this offense into a new shape. They also remember the injuries, the dip in consistency, and a weighty price tag for a player not delivering at the same clip. In truth, it was inevitable. Either clear room now or sacrifice elite core pieces later. Mason became a casualty of backfield depth and a useful chip to balance the books. We've reached the end of today's ride. Cuts on the edge, a finale that doubles as a career trial, and a pair of seismic moves that reset the franchise math. Which story hits you hardest? The bubble battles, the tight end duel, Luter's last stand, or the Deebo-Mason calculus? Drop your take below, like and subscribe, and keep the pulse going, because the next whistle might rewrite another chapter. The impact isn't only financial. Robinson arrives on a modest salary, short deal, and the potential to split work with McCaffrey, protecting the star. Sigel might stick in the secondary, and if he starts, the cost-benefit multiplies. Flexibility, in turn, creates future lanes, extending young risers, or hunting a surgical addition in 2026 without cracking the ledger. Fans can mourn Deebo and still see the logic. Protect the backbone. Better to lose a legend whose impact had narrowed than risk Ayuk or even Purdy down the line due to cap crunch. There's risk, there always is, but this reveals a front office trying to keep this window propped open for years. And believe it or not, we still haven't hit the most worrying story of the day. As if trades, cuts, and cap gymnastics weren't enough, the old ghost showed up in Santa Clara: injuries. Camp and preseason turned into a minefield, and even though the core stars are standing, the supporting structure is cracking. That's the danger. Having Purdy, Bosa, Ayuk, and McCaffrey ready means less if the gears around them grind. The depth that's long been a 49ers weapon could become a weakness by week 1. For a team with Super Bowl ambitions, the margin for error is 0. Start with Mikael Williams. The rookie arrived with key defensive piece energy, then re-aggravated the same issue that bugged him in college. Optimism says he'll be ready for the opener, but a rookie missing precious reps in camp and preseason raises real questions. The NFL doesn't forgive anyone who enters September undercooked, and the pressure on him is heavy. Can he flip the switch in time? On the offensive line, the headache is even sharper. Dominic Pony, arguably the second-best lineman on the roster, suffered a knee injury in the second preseason game. Timeline: a few weeks, with a real chance he misses week 1. The issue: this line already had question marks, and rolling out Ben Barch and Nick Zakelli as starters doesn't scare anybody. Without Pony, Purdy could be exposed from snap 1, and that's poison against a defense like Seattle's in the opener. The backfield took a hit too. Jordan James, another rookie, was slated for valuable preseason reps to ease McCaffrey's load. The lost time makes it hard to know how much he can carry in September. If he doesn't ramp quickly, the rotation could wobble and force CMC into heavier usage than ideal. With his wear and tear history, that's a flashing red light. In the secondary, Upton Stout won the nickel job, but a calf injury sidelined him. He's expected back by week 1, but how much trust do you place in a rookie with no rhythm when every opposing coordinator will make him prove it? Chase Lucas shined in August, but his regular season track record still needs receipts. That's a two-sided risk. And the most alarming group might be the receivers. Ayuk is in, but Jennings' extended absence opened a hole. To make matters worse, Jordan Watkins, Jacob Cowing, and Russell Gage went down. Demarcus Robinson will be suspended, and the emergency response was traded trading for Sky Moore, who has bust so far stamped on his resume. It's hard to picture Purdy operating with the same arsenal if the names next to Ayuk don't answer the bell. Shanahan may need to reinvent personnel packages, shrink the rotation, and lean even harder on Kittle and CMC as pass catchers. For an offense that wants to live in multiplicity, that's a ceiling cap. In the middle of all this, the question echoes, can health avoid becoming the 49ers' #1 enemy again in 2025? The road to the top is already steep. With this history, it can feel almost impossible. 49ers faithful, after diving into trade rumors, preseason battles, cap chess, and the injury maze, one feeling stands out. This season will test our toughness. The talent is there to chase the top, but it's going to take a balance of bold moves, cold-blooded decisions, and above all, the health of the starters. What we covered today shows how every detail can tilt the season. A draft pick, an August performance, a rookie's recovery. Now it's your turn. Do you trust this front office to steer the ship, or is it time for a more radical course? Drop your take in the comments, subscribe, and let's defend the red and gold together till the end.